Welcome to the real Ramblers movie talk for fanatics. The real Ramblers movie talk for fanatics. And now your hosts, Bill and Lee Howard.
Hello and welcome to The Real Ramblers, Season 2.
Episode 2.
Episode 2. That was like a weird, kind of like sexy lady
Erotic.
intro. What was
This
that?
season we're getting sexier.
That one got me going.
Welcome back, folks. Thanks for tuning in. We thought before we dipped into some specifics with our episodes this fall that we would do a little recap of kind of the year so far, 2024 so far.
Just because we took off like a few months.
Yeah,
or
so a few things that have stuck with us this year, and early next year we'll do a review of the whole year, but there's some big stuff coming up this Christmas season, so we thought we'd cover some of them now and we can go into them in depth later.
Yeah, I kind of wrote down like favorites, unexpectedly loved, like really liked, just okay, and then some that I was a little bit disappointed
Wow,
with.
you're very, okay. Very
Yeah,
organized.
I tried to be organized for
That's
season
weird.
2.
I kind of did that. I put a general list and then I got a few that I was like,
Singled out.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then some that I haven't seen yet that I'm
Oh,
curious
okay.
about. So anyway, the first big standout for me this year that I really, well, I don't want to say the first because there was a few that really stood
A
out.
standout.
I think it's been a pretty solid year for
Yep,
movies.
yep.
So Longlegs was a big standout for me this year.
I fucking love long legs.
Love Osgood Perkins. And this movie was so
Yes.
meticulous
Yeah.
and it got under your skin.
I think I wrote you after I watched it, and because I didn't, I mean, I said in the previous episode that I had only seen just small clips of just Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
And I didn't really even know much of what the actual movie was about. I started seeing, like, I'm going to get into a little bit of spoiler stuff here, that people, like articles that were like, here's 10 times in the movie where the devil was in the background and you didn't see and stuff. I was like, okay, this has something that's supernatural. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
And it's like the way the movie is shot and the way it looks, the sound, everything about it.
Yeah.
Like it actually gave me like an anxiety attack by the end, like
Yeah.
a mild one. But I wasn't mad about it. And I was like,
After you sent that email, I was like, I should totally send a doll to his house.
yeah, but I just use it for
Yeah, that's true.
for a bear. But I'm like, somehow the movie, it felt like it unlocked nightmares I had as a kid or
Yeah.
something like that. And I don't know. It stuck with me in a way that a movie hasn't for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I've kind of become obsessed
And
with it.
Cage was great. People are rightfully raving about his performance.
He's terrifying in it.
Although, I mean, I almost want to do a whole Nicolas Cage episode because I think he's been doing better work since he stopped doing big Hollywood
I agree.
movies.
Yeah. I love that he's just doing like whatever
stuff's-
he wants.
The stuff's amazing. Like
Yeah.
one of the other movies on my list actually is Arcadian.
Oh, I still got to watch that. Oh, yeah, I just
which
haven't
was
had a chance
so
yet.
what a great monster movie.
Right.
And he's not even the main star, really. It's these two young guys who play his sons.
Cool.
But the creatures in it are so original. It's tense. It's awesome.
Nice.
But yeah, Longlegs was brilliant. Brilliant marketing campaign.
So
Brilliant poster.
smart.
It's a really, really great movie. And Micah Monroe,
Oh,
fastly becoming one of my favorite actors out there.
she's amazing.
Everything, I mean, I first saw her, I guess, in It Follows.
Same. Yeah. Which I
And
fucking love
loved
also.
her in that. And then The Watcher, which she was amazing in. And then she did an action movie with, I'm not even going to try his name because I never know how to pronounce his name, but Jamie Lannister from Game of
okay.
Thrones. It's her and him in this movie called God is a Bullet. And I loved it. I loved it. It was so good. She's great in it. But yeah, so that's great. Another movie that really, really stood out for me this year was Civil War, Alex Garland's movie, Civil War.
Right. I still have to.
You haven't seen that yet?
Well, it's a weird way that I've seen some of it because Jordan and I both wanted to watch it, but I also know that there are hanging scenes in it.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things she can't watch in a movie. So
Yep.
I've skipped through to find where those scenes are
Right.
and stuff. So I've kind of seen it just not to sit down to watch it start to finish. It looks very heavy.
It is.
From
It's heavy.
from what I've seen.
There are light moments, but it's heavy.
but yeah, like extremely, like it looks very interesting.
Yeah.
It's like I've seen an extended preview almost in a way.
Yeah. It's funny because in general, it got a very positive response, did well at the box office. And then the major complaint people seem to have, which I don't get, is they're all like, the whole movie, you couldn't tell who was the bad guy and who's the good guy. Like, was it Republicans and Democrats? Who was the ones that started the Civil War? And I'm like, no, Alex Garland wrote it on purpose that way to show that it could be anybody. Anybody is capable of these things.
Yeah.
But it was terrifying.
Which is interesting. And
it was terrifying. And the fact that it's seen through the eyes of a seasoned war photographer.
Right.
Which is Kirsten Dunst's character, and Kaylee Spenny's character, who is a wannabe war journalist. It's really interesting. The characters are great. The production design is phenomenal, and it's terrifying.
Huh. Crazy.
It's terrifying because you can see it happening.
Yeah, let's hope we don't.
And speaking of Kaylee Spenny, also Alien Romulus.
Hey-oh, that was on my list
Massive surprise this year.
I fucking loved it.
Me
too. It was so fun.
Yeah.
Because of the timeline where it fits into the middle. It's not like it doesn't, really expand the lore or whatever, but it fits in like perfect. Like for me, I didn't need it to add really anything
but it's not
new
like,
to it. But
if it were in the middle of that timeline and about characters in the timeline, it would be a different story. But the fact that it's all new characters, it's just a side story.
Exactly.
It doesn't need to do any of those things.
And I was super happy because we're both in kind of like, I guess the minority that like really love Prometheus.
Yeah.
And I love that it tied back the stuff at the end of Romulus tied into that. Loved it.
Yeah.
And I cannot believe that I can't remember what the newborn or whatever that hybrid.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that was a dude.
I know.
Like with like prosthetics on his body. Like that. When I saw the fucking behind the scenes stuff where he's just kind of like standing there, I was like, that's a man? What the fuck?
That character
I thought it was CGI.
Was terrifying.
Yeah. I loved it. I was like blown away by it. I wasn't expecting to love it as much as I did.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. And the production design was out
incredible.
of this world.
Yeah.
Out of this world. One of my favorite things in the movie is the fact that there's that asteroid belt thing that they're getting closer to. That for me was such a huge element of suspense that they're moving.
This looming like we're gonna
and the shots of things going into it were
oh my god
epic.
Yeah,
epic.
I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah,
it was one of my
too.
favorites this year.
You have any that you want to throw in?
It was earlier this year, and I know we talked about it before, but Monkey Man was probably one of my top movies.
That was the next one on my list.
Yeah. I fucking love Monkey Man.
I've always been a massive Dev Patel fan.
Dude's the best.
I love him.
Yeah.
And he's done so many low-key movies and stuff. So when I heard he was writing and co-writing and directing this, I was like, I'm there. I'm in the theater for it. And we went to see it in the theater, and I was just blown away by the look of it.
Yeah.
By the fight choreography, by the lore of it.
Oh, everything.
Every performance was
incredible.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It's funny because I was like, as I was watching it, I'm like, this could almost be like a Crow movie.
Yeah.
Like in terms of like the bad thing that happened, that he comes back for revenge and da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
But it's, holy fuck, incredible. Like it just in my top 3 movies this year.
Agreed.
For sure.
Agreed.
I also wrote Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Yes.
I loved.
Yeah,
so
me too.
Good.
I love the mythology that the new Planet of the Apes movies are building.
Yeah.
And that it's a mythology that's spanning hundreds of years, which is great.
Yep. Cool
and
twists
I'm curious to
in it
see if they're eventually going to get to a point where it's a populated modern world of apes.
Right.
I'm really interested if they're eventually going to get there.
And when Mark Wahlberg lands.
Yeah, that's right.
Because it's a prequel to
What's going on, monkeys?
Yeah, yeah.
See, I do.
Oh my God. Wait, that was a Donnie Wahlberg. I'll do the Mark Wahlberg. I'm just trying to live side by side with you guys.
I'm on Blue Bloods. Everybody loves me on Blue
Look,
Bloods.
I like bananas too.
Battling Wahlbergs.
Oh boy.
Yeah. It was really
those
great.
were in my like faves.
Yeah, I've still got a lot in my faves.
Oh, sure.
I'll do a quick interjection in here. Is when Dune came out, I wasn't a fan. I thought it was really slow. Looked great. Everybody's great in it. Thought it was really slow. Dune 2 came out, I'm like, well, it's epic. I want to watch it on my home theater
Right.
just for the visuals. And then I ended up really loving part 2.
Oh, cool.
There's
okay.
way more going on in 2 and less just yapping.
Yeah.
But it's one of those rare cases where I thought watching part 2 made 1 better.
Oh, okay, cool.
And now I kind of like 1.
Oh, nice. That's
because
awesome when that
because it's built that world more for me and
Right.
made me realize why there's good stuff in 1.
Cool. Okay. That's cool.
But 2's a visual epic like I've never seen. It was really
Nice.
gorgeous with some great acting. Quiet Place Day 1.
Yeah.
A lot of people. Okay. Anybody who knows me knows that I tend to be
Grumpy.
Grumpy is true. No, I tend to be the opposite in my choices of what the popular opinion is.
Okay.
It's like, oh, so what do you like better, Alien or Aliens? And I'm like, Alien 3. And then people are like, oh, what do you like better? You know, anytime it's a series,
Sure,
I
sure.
always like kind of the underdog entry.
Got it.
And I gotta say, I kind of think I like Quiet Place Day 1 better than the other 2,
Really, eh?
which I don't think anybody else agrees with me. But I loved the emotional impact of it. Did you see it?
Yeah, I really liked it.
Yeah.
I thankfully going into it, I knew that the cat survived
Yeah.
because I was like, I can't watch
That was a
this.
smart cat.
Smart cat, yeah, and also even knowing the fucking cat survived,
Yeah.
I was so stressed out.
Yeah.
Like when it's in a bag underwater,
Yeah.
I felt like I was gonna throw up. It's like I can watch people in movies die all the time. Fine, people, I don't care. Not the fucking kitty.
Yeah.
But cats apparently can hold their water between like 1 and 2 minutes if they need to, which is
Crazy.
fucking crazy.
Wow.
So I'm just glad the cat survived. But
I just love the cast. I heard.
oh man, I love Joseph Quinn's fucking great.
Yeah, he's great. And Lupita's
Lupita's like
in anything.
fucking top tier,
Yeah,
incredible.
she is incredible. But I loved that it was a much more personal. Well, not the other 2 are personal journeys too, and kind of intimate.
Her story was so different though,
But her
which
story
I
was so
really
different,
liked
and
because
I-
she has cancer.
Yeah, and a lot of people didn't like that. They didn't like that she was just like, I want to go get a slice of pizza in the apocalypse.
that.
But I loved that.
Me too.
I really loved it.
I think it's like in kind of like apocalypse-y type movies. We've never really. It's always people like trying to survive.
Yeah.
and trying to like fucking live in a world where it's like really like like Jordan's always like, if there is a zombie apocalypse, I'm fucking killing myself
And
because
I
like
heard
why do you
there
want to
was-
survive in this world?
Yeah, and I heard there was a scene that they didn't end up putting in the movie with Joseph Quinn that showed that they have a dialogue, the
Right.
2 of them, and he admits that before everything happened, he was about to commit suicide.
Oh my gosh.
He reveals that he's gay,
Yep.
and the little town he was from, he was not being accepted. So he came to the big city
Okay.
and was finding the same thing in the big city, that he
Ugh.
wasn't being accepted. And he was about to commit suicide when
fucking
this happened.
heartbreaking.
And that kind of, I think they should have
Wow.
left that in, because to me, that explains why he's cool with saying, yeah, let's go get pizza.
Yeah.
Because he's at that
Wow,
point where
holy
his
shit.
mental state is, I don't care.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised they didn't leave that in.
Yeah.
But,
I just, I love that. I love
loved
her
it.
point of view of like, I'm going to fucking die anyway. It's
Yeah.
like, I want one fucking thing.
Yeah.
That's
No,
all I
thought-
want
loved
before.
it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Really great.
Okay, I'm going to run through a few.
Yeah, sure.
That we won't talk about in detail. But
Okay.
The First Omen
Oh, yeah.
blew my
I forgot
mind.
to write that down. That was great.
Blew my mind.
Really
I
good.
absolutely loved it. I loved that it felt, the opening credits felt 70s.
Yeah.
Niger Telfree's performance was fucking off
Yeah.
the charts.
Yeah. It was haunting, the movie.
Yeah.
Like, it just had a haunting
It
feeling
was
to it.
one of the best entries in a classic series
Yeah.
that I've ever seen.
Really good.
I loved it.
Yeah.
On that same note, Immaculate, I loved.
I still have to see that one. I just, yeah.
Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, I
It was
loved.
fun. Yeah.
Super fun. The Beekeeper.
I gotta
loved-
protect the hive.
It's
Beekeeper.
it's silly.
It's ridiculous,
but
but,
it's-
in a great way.
but it felt like it was from 1989.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like in the best way possible.
Yeah. It was like a good, bad movie, kind of,
Yeah.
like a cheesy, just a
And
cheesy,
you
dumb.
know they intended it
Oh,
to be
absolutely.
like
Yeah,
that.
they knew they were making a goofy movie.
But it was so much fun.
Yeah, really fun.
Rebel Ridge, I've mentioned
Yep.
in the last episode, I loved. The new Beverly Hills Cop,
Oh, man.
loved it.
I was really surprised how much
I was sure it was going to suck.
Yeah, I was afraid it was going to be like kind of like that nostalgia bait type thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy, it was great to get like Taggart back again. It just I had such a good
hit
time.
The nostalgia notes, but they hit them
didn't feel
perfectly.
Forced, you know, even like with the fucking music, Pointer Sisters music back in it and stuff like that. I'm just like, perfect. Not like, oh, this, you know.
No, it was super.
I really
and
liked
on top of all that, it had a cool cop story to it, which is what I wanted. I didn't want it to just be like Axel Foley's in a silly situation.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be like the first two, where it's like there's a crime story at the heart of this funny action movie.
Joseph Gordon Die Hard was good in it. And,
he was great. The Deliverance, I loved.
I liked most of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people did not like it.
It just felt a little at the end. It's almost like the possession stuff was just like the okay stuff. I loved the family dynamic stuff.
Me too.
All the acting was really good. I was really invested. I wish we saw more of like the kids.
Yeah.
Almost, you know, because I felt like they kind of disappeared toward the end.
Yeah.
And then it just like, you know, when they're doing the exorcism and it's just like, you know, well, if you believe in Jesus enough, then that'll save you. And doing like the like the speaking in tongues felt a little like.
But that's part of her religion.
I know.
Like in real life, it's part of her religion.
I know. It just for me personally, like I know.
Why are you a religion hater?
We don't have time. It was still like I didn't dislike it. I was just like I liked it. It was in my liked okay movie. So.
I really dug it.
Yeah.
You want to throw in a few more before I go over? Because I still have
Boy Kills World. I talked about. I really liked Boy Kills World.
Oh yeah.
I saw that movie Hitman. Super fun.
Super great. I was expecting it to be crap.
I was genuinely surprised. I really like this dude.
Glenn Powell is great.
Thank you. Yeah.
But I expected it to be really light and fluffy, especially because in the trailers they show all his different disguises.
Yeah,
and you're like, it's going to be
kind of silly romantic comedy.
And it wasn't.
Whatever,
it actually had a pretty serious story through it. And he was phenomenal.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised by that.
Me too.
I really liked the Fall Guy.
I want to see the extended cut.
Oh, okay.
Because I liked it. They were great in it. It was fun.
Yeah.
But I felt like it had no story at its heart.
Right.
It was just gags.
Right.
But I want to see the extended cut because I hear it's like 20 minutes more or
crazy.
Something.
Okay.
So I want to see if that remedies it and makes me love it.
I just I went in with like no expectations and I just had like so much fun with it.
Yeah, it was fun.
I really liked. The same with like Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Like we talked about that in another one. I just, for whatever reason, just clicked with me because I just had fun and that's all I really cared about. Like it was just ridiculous and fun.
Yeah.
Obviously you must have seen Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yep.
Thoughts real quick?
Super fun.
Yeah.
Great movie to see with an audience.
Sure. Yep.
I think it's the weakest of the series.
I agree.
Because it's mostly gags and not really any story.
Yeah, I agree. It was just kind of like fan service, the movie.
It was.
Which
fine.
I get. Yeah, like, I mean, it fucking sucked.
It didn't ever pretend to be something else.
No, exactly.
They all knew they were making a fan service movie.
100%. It was like a bridge, right? Because Deadpool is going to be in the Marvel Universe now. So it's just like, you know, we just got to make a little bridge to, you know, give the people what they want.
And even though it wasn't the best one in the series, like I said, as an experience in the theater, super fun.
Super fun.
Because everybody
everyone was good in
it.
Hugh was great in it. Obviously, the fucking cameos, which all got spoiled for me before I saw it.
Nice.
Some dick on Facebook who I unfriended literally like 2 days before like the actual wide release.
Yeah.
Just spoiler alert here. Turn away if you haven't fucking seen it. Excuse me.
Just don't say specifically what he did. Just say what he did.
Well, so he posted screen, like if he was in the theater with his phone of like two of like the biggest cameos, really. Bing, bing. Yeah, just right there.
It's like you gotta be a dick.
Yeah. So
why didn't you just stay off the internet, Lee?
It was also like 4 days before it came out, so it shouldn't have even been there. But anyway.
But yeah, so it looks like we pretty much agree on that.
Yeah. Another one that I thought was like just really weird was that, but I liked it in a weird way, was that Love Lies Bleeding movie.
I thought it was all right.
Yeah, it was like, it didn't blow me away, but I liked it.
I was really looking forward to it, so I was a little let down.
Right.
But Kristen Stewart was phenomenal.
She was great. And Katie O'Brien, I love. I think she's amazing.
Phenomenal too.
What else?
And Ed Harris was great.
Ed Harris, yeah. It was like, I'm almost like it should have been even weirder, maybe. I don't know. There was a weird.
Yeah, I felt the same way.
Yeah, but I still liked it. It was cool. Did you watch that movie In a Violent Nature? Very divisive movie. Quick thoughts on it?
It's on my didn't like list.
It's on your didn't like list.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was literally like, we're going to show you 4 great kills
Right.
And while you're waiting for the kills, we're just going to show you a GoPro that strapped to a guy while he went looking for
People to kill?
birds in the forest.
Right, yeah.
It was boring as shit.
As I had it on as I was working, so as like a background movie,
Yeah.
it worked for me. Like I appreciate that it was like an experiment.
Yeah.
So I can even when like with Skinamarink, it didn't work for me, but I appreciate the like trying something
can't-
different.
I can't appreciate trying something different if it failed miserably.
Right. But some
me.
people love it, and that's I don't want to yuck
they're
anyone's
all-
yum.
they're
but
wrong.
They're wrong.
Yeah, I didn't care for In a Violent
yeah,
Nation.
it was like-
I really was looking forward to it, and I liked the idea.
Yeah,
but
I'm
it
glad I
just-
saw it, and I thought it had some neat ideas and stuff. And
Yeah.
I don't know if I would rewatch it
It's
because
just sitting
of
there
the nature
watching
of
it
it.
and being like,
I totally, that's totally valid. Yeah, yeah,
I don't need to see a guy walking a quarter mile in real time.
yeah. It's like playing a video game.
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to really quickly throw out a couple disappointeds.
Yep.
Furiosa.
Yep.
I was really disappointed.
You know what? Same.
Yeah.
I was psyched, and I saw it in the theater, and I came out of it being like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then I watched it over again with Jay, and I'm like, maybe on a second viewing. And the second viewing just confirmed for me that I was like,
I like show me Furiosa after Fury Road. Like I want to know what she's doing now,
Yeah.
that I want to see.
and they could have shaved 45 minutes off it.
Yeah.
Like it
It just, it seemed like, I don't know. And it's like, how did she become such a badass? This guy taught her. I don't know. It seemed like goofy. Oh, and it's like, she has the map to the thing on her arm. And I thought that was going to play such like, that's why she lost her arm. Cause she's like, I got to cut this off.
Yeah.
So they don't, no, it was an accident. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Ugh, womp
Yeah, no,
womp.
I kind of felt the same way.
Yeah. So that was I was really disappointed
It was
in
a
that.
huge disappointment. Okay, we're getting close.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm going to run through a bunch.
Okay, sure. Go.
Because I've got a big list.
Okay.
Guy Ritchie's Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare with
Still haven't
Henry
seen it,
Cavill.
yeah.
Awesome. So great. So much fun. Everybody in it's great. World War II action flick that's
Right.
over the top, but some of the most fun I've had watching a movie this year. Godzilla -1. Easily
You know,
one of the best monster
we
movies
had
I've ever
started
seen.
watching it one night and then we got like really tired and we're like, we'll go back to it. And it's like, we just kind of forgot.
Yeah.
What I have seen though, incredible, like so emotional.
yeah.
Everyone knows it. It's
So
like it won
much
an Oscar.
story
It's
and the
incredible.
effects were unbelievable.
Like shockingly good.
Trap.
Ha!
Loved it.
Oh my God.
And again, I don't get what people aren't getting, but that's always an M. Night thing. People don't seem to get what he's doing. Because it was obviously meant to be a throwback to like 1992 thrillers.
right. Yeah.
And he captured that perfectly. It's ridiculous and it's so fun.
Yeah. It's like, again, like a bad, amazing movie.
Yeah.
Like we laughed so hard throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
Like none of it makes sense and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Because it's so dumb.
Thrillers in the late 80s and early 90s, none of them made sense.
Yeah. I mean, we'll
And,
talk about it more when we do our
yeah.
M. Night thing because I can't wait to talk
Twisters,
Oh, it was fun.
was fun.
Yep.
Not as. I don't think it would have taken much effort to tie the first one in a little better.
about it. Yeah, like where was that cow from the first one? From the
Maxine,
oh, I haven't seen that yet.
probably my favorite of the three.
Oh, interesting.
I really liked. Well, X I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
Pearl I didn't so much.
Really?
I don't know whether it was just the setting. I mean, she was great in it.
Yeah.
But Pearl didn't do it for me. But
Okay.
Maxine, I loved because Maxine felt like 1982 made for video.
We're gonna watch that soon because we
Super
watched
fun.
both of the other ones recently.
Super fun. I just watched the Speak No Evil remake.
Oh, I want to watch the original.
I'm a huge fan of the original,
haven't
but
seen
it
it.
is depressing.
I have heard that, yeah, because all that I know is that the new one has a different ending,
Yeah.
and some people liked it better, and some people did not like it better.
No, I think it was smart. I don't want to see the same movie again.
No, I get that.
I want to see, and I
James
thought what
McAvoy's
they
fucking
did,
great.
James McAvoy's great in it. And I like what they changed in the ending because, well, the whole last third is completely the coin flip opposite of what happens in the original.
Huh? Interesting.
But to great effect.
Cool.
Abigail loved.
Oh
super
my god,
fun.
I fucking loved Abigail. Those are fucking onions. The funniest, yeah.
The Bike Riders with Austin Butler and Tom
Oh,
Hardy
okay.
about a biker gang in the 70s.
Huh.
It's a weird one where I don't really know why I liked it so much.
Okay.
Probably because of the cast, but I loved it. And Jodie Comer, and she's great. Substance with Demi Moore.
Oh, I want to see that a lot.
Twisted, bizarre, awesome.
Yeah.
And then I think I mentioned so here's some of the off ones.
Okay.
Beetlejuice.
Oh, same. Disappointed.
Fun,
It was, yeah.
but if they should have cut out Monica Bellucci and cut out Willem Dafoe.
And even Justin Theroux, like, added
And
nothing
Justin
to the movie.
Theroux.
Like, they
Cut out all that extra, why are they there?
Yeah.
And just center around the family, and it would have been way more fun.
I got a lot of laughs out of it, like,
Yeah.
like from the main cast, but
Yep.
like all that extra stuff was like totally unnecessary.
Didn't need to be
Yeah.
there. And the song they chose for the big musical
Really
number at
weird.
the end was really weird.
Really
and didn't
weird.
work.
Yeah.
I was disappointed in Watchers by M. Night's
Me
daughter.
too.
I was really psyched for that
The
one.
trailer looked incredible. I was
Yeah.
really like,
Blah.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm a huge Kevin Costner fan.
Right.
Watched his new Western Horizon Part 1, and it was a drag. There's one great scene of a town being attacked by Indians, and you don't actually see the attack, but you see
Do you
this
mean
group of people
Native
hiding in a
Americans?
house. What?
Do you mean Native Americans?
Yeah, they call them Indians
I
in the
know.
movie. So that's why I said Indians. Yeah, that scene was really well done, but the movie itself was too long and very
Right.
disjointed.
Huh.
Like I found myself
Interesting.
being like, was this person here or when did this happen?
Oh,
And
wow.
It was confusing.
Huh.
I'll still watch part 2 to see what happens,
Oh, okay.
but very disappointing.
That's
and
too bad.
I'd much rather watch his older Westerns.
Huh.
Just watched the Never Let Go horror movie with Halle Berry about her and her two kids are in the cabin.
It looked. I saw the trailer.
I thought it looked really
interesting.
cool. Huge letdown.
Oh, boo!
Yeah, and that's about it. And then some big ones I haven't seen yet. Megalopolis, one of the biggest bombs of the year.
Oh my god! Just some of the
But I
clips
mean-
I've seen, I'm like, what the fuck is this movie?
People have to admit that Francis Ford Coppola is one of the greatest directors that
Sure.
ever lived, but hasn't made a good movie since Bram Stoker's Dracula in 1992.
I guess I can't even think of what he's made since then.
That's because they've all been junk.
oh dang!
Like
Wow.
it's terrible. I haven't seen Inside Out 2 yet.
I've heard it's like okay.
People love Inside Out. I was
Yeah.
not even that connected to the
Right.
first one. I haven't seen Joker yet. Everybody's talking about that. I'm curious to see it. I don't know the last time I heard this many people hate a movie.
It's crazy.
It's
It
incredible.
almost makes me want to see it more. Like we talked about Joker before. It's like the acting was amazing. It was shot amazing. I didn't connect with it. And then I just went into I
really
read,
like the
I
first
read
one.
every spoiler review about the second one because
Yeah.
I just want to know what happens.
Yeah.
And it's like I can understand why
Weird
a lot of
choices.
people didn't like it. Yeah, really weird choices. I'll watch it on streaming, but
Yeah.
I don't care.
I'm really dying to see Wild Robot.
Oh, right.
I can't wait.
Right.
We've tried to go a couple times. Anyway, it's been announced for early December on
Neato.
Blu-ray. I really want to see Transformers 1, the animated movie.
Oh, right.
Looks great.
It looks
and,
fun.
And I'm going tomorrow night with Jay to see Terrifier 3.
Oh,
Looking
nice.
forward
Oh,
to
fuck
that.
yeah.
Number 1 at the box office.
Like, good Lord. It's, I mean, fucking
I've heard it was either Bloody Disgusting or Fangoria reviewed it and said it was too much for them.
wow. Holy fuck. That's crazy.
They said that the reviewers said that it was too mean-hearted
okay.
and that it got to a point where they just couldn't listen to people begging for their lives anymore.
wow.
And I'm like, I'm there.
That's why
Get
I'm like,
popcorn.
I don't know if it's just because I've gotten older and it's like my gore tolerance is less for some reason. I don't
Yeah.
know why, but I'll wait until I can watch it at
would-
home. Because if I'm
I
like,
can see where it would bother me if it was a serious movie and had horrible
that I
torture and
wonder
stuff.
too, yeah.
But why
It's-
would anybody watch Terrifier and take what this clown is doing to people as serious?
It's like cartoony, I guess,
Yeah.
but it's like there's also like that one character who is like kind of missing her face
Yep.
or whatever is hard for me to look at.
Yeah.
It's like I'm like, fuck, this makes me uncomfortable. And I know that's the point of the movies. And
Yeah.
I'm looking
It's
forward to watching
obviously
it, but I'm gonna do
supposed
it
to
at
be
home.
like a 1982 made for
Oh,
VHS,
absolutely.
low budget piece of shit.
Yeah.
It just was there for gore.
Which is incredible to me that like Art the Clown 100% is up there with Freddy and
He's an
Jason.
icon.
Like he is a horror icon.
Yeah.
And it's shocking that like, there's only been 3 movies. They are that fucked up.
Yeah.
But like kids love Art the Clown, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. It's like Spirit Halloween is like he's
Yeah.
all over it. Like
The
he's
front
so
window.
he's so mainstream for like the most.
Jay and I were talking
graphic-
about that it's amazing that so many movies have tried to create a horror icon.
So true.
And nobody's been able to do it probably since Ghostface.
Yeah,
That's probably
yeah.
the last big one that worked.
Yep.
Which I don't even think is a good one in my opinion. But anyway. But yeah, it's an incredible accomplishment.
It really is. So it's like fucking God bless those guys for doing.
for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing. Oh, and then the last thing, really quick, the new the Penguin TV series is
Love
like
it.
the fucking greatest. Shockingly, like someone was like, I don't know if this is a hot take, but I'm putting Colin Farrell's Penguin right up there with Heath Ledger's Joker,
Oh.
and I'm like easily,
Yeah.
it's incredible,
He's phenomenal.
and it's like I haven't seen this
the
week's.
little nuances of his character and his looks and his twitches, and
It's incredible.
but
Like
Colin
he's
Farrell is
he's
I've always
underrated
thought is
also.
like, yeah.
Well, yeah, I haven't seen the newest episode 4 yet. We really like him as the Penguin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, something is going to happen that is going to really remind us why he's
That
such
he's
a
a
fucking
villain.
bad guy.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like, I'm so like, I know he's just a character, that Vic kid,
Yeah.
but I'm like, protect this kid because I feel like Penguin's going to turn on him,
I know.
and it's
And
going to
I
be
love
hard.
him.
And
He's
I
great.
love that kid.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So that's our little wrap up.
Nice. All right. Well, that was a lot. So again, on social media, let us know what you think of all these movies and tell us if we missed some stuff, because I'm sure there's some stuff we did
Oh
miss.
boy, I bet. Yeah.
But it's been a good year, 2024, for movies.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
Nope.
Solid stuff.
Totes.
So yeah. So that's it for this week.
Oh, are we doing any kind of like recommendations or anything like that? Or
Well, the whole episode was
well, you're right.
recommendations,
We
so
did,
we can
yeah.
skip that this
yeah,
week.
okay. Wow, we got this is amazing for our sign off. We got 4 really big celebrities
Mhm.
to talk about
4,
how
right.
4. It's the Beatles.
Golden Girls.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
No, I'm the Beatles. I'm the Beatles too. I don't need to say which one I am. You just have to know I'm the Beatles. Do you like the Real Ramblers? I do. I think that
They're very
Beats-
distinct. I can tell exactly which ones are
I'm
which.
one of the other ones who plays an instrument. So am I, and I love the Ramblers. We all do.
My
Thanks,
God.
the Beatles.
Who
That's
was
amazing.
that one? Was that last one the guy who was only in the Beatles for 6 months and then they kicked him out?
Yes. My name is Jerry, and they didn't like me.
Oh, my God.
Jerry.
All right.
Wow,
folks.
thanks, the Beatles. That was amazing.
That was great. So nice
Can we
to
use
have.
your bathroom?
No, get out of here. Fucking Beatles, guys. Jesus.
All right, folks. See you next week.
Thanks for listening to The Real Ramblers. Follow us on Instagram at Real Ramblers. That's REEL Ramblers. And you can follow Lee at Lee Howard _art and Bill at JustTheBill1138.